The sun dipped behind the old city bridge, painting the sky orange as engines roared across the abandoned industrial street tonight. This was the Underground Fury Run, known as the city's deadliest and most unforgiving illegal bike race. Edwin Blaze Paul tightened his gloves on his black machine, ready for a night defined by unmatched reflexes and focus. He lived by one strict rule: never lose, not to the road, and absolutely never to the other desperate men here. But tonight, his purpose wasn't glory. Edwin was out here solely to execute his intense, calculated plan for revenge. His older brother, Arjun, the former king of the tracks, was wiped out in a mysterious crash during a race run by the ruthless rogue Karan. Edwin was here to uncover the absolute truth about that crash, and to make sure Karan paid the heaviest price possible. Karan's Ducati roared aggressively like thunder, and he smirked directly at Edwin with obvious contempt for the challenge. "Are you ready to lose exactly like your brother did?" Karan sneered. But Edwin's eyes went totally cold, and he replied, "Tonight, I finish what he started." A single red flare shot into the air, signaling the start, and the competing riders immediately launched forward with massive, terrifying power. The wind tore past Edwin's face as the neon city blurred into intense streaks, while the track proved immediately brutal with sharp turns and unexpected oil slicks. Edwin maneuvered his bike with flawless lightning speed, balancing his incredible skill with the pure, blinding rage boiling inside him. Behind him, Karan immediately started playing dirty, nudging aggressively and swerving his bike dangerously close to force a critical mistake. Coming hard into a sharp 90-degree turn, Karan deliberately clipped Edwin's tire, causing a huge skid. But Edwin recovered instantly with a perfect crowd-screaming drift. At that very moment, Edwin understood this wasn't a competition anymore. It had instantly become a desperate, high-speed war for survival. Both powerful bikes blasted onto the main bridge structure at frightening speed, forcing all other vehicles to desperately swerve away from the howling engines. Karan pulled up aggressively beside him again, shouting over the roar, "You absolutely will not make it off this bridge alive tonight. I promise you that." Edwin simply grinned, showing no fear at all, and shot back coolly, "You worry about making it across first, because you are going down right here." He shifted gears aggressively, cut inches from several massive trucks, and hit a ramp that launched him impossibly high over a huge, terrifying gap in the bridge. He landed with such unbelievable precision that the entire scene seemed to hold its breath for 1 second before accepting the flawless recovery. Karan attempted the same dangerous jump immediately following him, but his bike wobbled violently in the air, clearly signaling that he was about to lose control. Edwin glanced back over his shoulder, his voice dropping low with cold realization, asking, "Is this exactly what you did to Arjun at this very jump?" Hearing the direct accusation spoken aloud caused Karan's face, already strained, to instantly turn a sickly, ghastly pale color of guilt. They were rapidly approaching the final checkpoint, which meant only one last decisive turn around the perimeter of that giant, looming factory building. Edwin braked and possibly laid into the final corner, leaning the bike almost completely sideways, pushing the machine to its absolute limit. Karan tried to perfectly copy that extreme lean angle, but he simply couldn't manage the control and immediately lost traction as he slid out. His bike spun out violently, crashed hard into concrete debris, and immediately erupted into a terrifying bright blaze. But Karan survived, trapped underneath the wreckage. Edwin stopped his bike, carefully turned off the ignition, and slowly began walking toward the burning, twisted metal where his enemy lay pinned. Karan coughed out smoke and weakly begged Edwin, "Just finish the job for me now. Please end this right here," while Edwin simply stared down without emotion. Edwin finally delivered his calm verdict. "No, I won't grant you the quick mercy of death. Losing everything is your true and final punishment." He made a quick, necessary call to the authorities, left the chaotic scene immediately, and silently rode his victorious bike off into the welcoming surrounding darkness. Soon after, Edwin crossed the empty finish line entirely alone, prompting the massive gathered crowds to finally erupt into an overwhelming sound of victory cheers. He made no grand gesture of triumph or raised his hands to the adoring fans, instead choosing to look slowly upward toward the vast, uncaring night sky. In a barely audible whisper meant only for the memory above, he acknowledged his success. "This entire fight was always just for you, Arjun." His bike gave one final, defiant roar as he disappeared down the dark highway, instantly becoming the new, undisputed legend in the furious world of underground racing.